Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to do a DAC review. Now the two DACs I want to focus on are the SMSL SU-9 and a topping D90se, because these two DACs have a flagship DAC, the ES9038, made by Sabre, and it's basically the best DAC chip there is for their lineup, and these two use the same exact ones. So the question really is, does this at the price of $450 compare to the D90se at $900? So at half the price, is the SMSL just as good as the D90se? Then the second thing that we'll be comparing them to is the flagship DAC in the i5 signature. Now this comes in at obviously a price of $3,000. It also has the amplifiers inside there, but we're not going to be talking about that today because I've already done a review of kind of DAC amp combos in my last video if you want to check that out. But I kind of plugged in all three of these DACs through my silver XLR cable into the topping A90 to kind of get a fair review of all three of these. So it should be consistent. Now, like I said, my main focus on these two because I actually own the SMSL SU-9. So this test is kind of for myself to see, like, is the D90se worth it? And should people buy this, or is this just a better value on the table? So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe down below. Helps my videos out. And of course, I want to thank Apos Audio for sending out the D90se over here for a review. I own the A90 myself. So right off the bat, the Hyphen HE6SC V2 is the headphone that I've been doing these comparisons with. I'm gonna say right now that the best DAC on this table is definitely the i5. It is better than D90se by just a little bit, like just a hair. It has better kind of sense of space and just a tad bit more detail than the D90se. But I think the D90se actually does really well. At a third of its cost, I think it is a pretty good alternative to this if you don't want to drop that much amount of cash. Obviously, they're kind of two different devices. If you're just using them DAC only, I think the D90se is kind of competitive with this. So how does the SMSL SU-9 compare? I think the SU-9 is not as good as D90se. And I think the price point reflects that, but the question is it close enough? And in my opinion, it's not really close. And that kind of hurts myself because I own the SU-9. Like, I want it to win so badly, but it really isn't there. Like, I did the comparison back and forth like multiple times, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I would listen to D90, I would listen to this, and I go to this, and I'm like, why does it sound so different? And so it just sounded like less detailed than these two. And I was like, am I imagining this? And I kept going back like 5 times in a row. And every single time I was very disappointed when I listened to the SU-9, and that hurts myself. Like, the D90se is definitely a whole step up from this. Now, what I heard was that I feel like these two DACs actually get another layer into the music. You can kind of hear more into the music, and there's actually more detail to be found, because when I went back to SMSL SU-9, I really couldn't hear the same things I was hearing on these two. And it also felt just slightly more just congested, but really the lack of detail in comparison surprised myself because, like I said, I really like this DAC. My dad really likes this DAC. This is the best one we heard. But once I heard this, I kind of heard another level that I didn't even know that existed. And that's kind of how I described the D90se. Like, it is a clear step up over this. And the other thing I want to talk about is also, there's something that I hear in the SU-9 that I feel like it kind of sounds like the timing is off. Like, the way the music is played and where it's emphasizing the notes doesn't sound quite right. And, I've always noticed whenever I compare the SU-9 or the A90 to like i5 DACs a lot of times, where I kind of noticed that these sound a little bit more, I guess the word people use is natural. And I think the D90 gets mostly there too. It sounds more natural than the SU-9. There's something about the timing of when they like play the notes and what is emphasized in the music that doesn't sound exactly the most natural. That's something I noticed a lot when I was listening to it. I tried like changing the filters from like the standard filter to the brick wall, but I think it only helped a little bit. There still sounds just a little bit, I mean, the word I can really use is artificial is what I kind of heard, especially when, like I said, doing these comparisons. So that really stood out to me a lot. So that's another thing that I would like to mention. So in the end, yes, I think at $900, I would choose the D90se over this. And you know, the funny thing is when I bought the topping A90, I bought it because of, you know, reviews that people had. And then I wanted to buy a DAC, but the DAC was the D90, the other one that was the AKM version. But that DAC was actually discontinued because AKM factory got burned down, so I actually didn't get a chance to buy it. And so the best alternative was this DAC because it was also cheaper, so I kind of leaned towards it. But now that they, you know, they released the SE version of this, so I had a chance to buy this again. I do wish I bought this one instead of this because the difference really is that amazing. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's a little short and sweet, to the point, but I don't think I've been so excited to listen to DAC in a long time, and this is just so impressive to me that this is the one. You guys have to try this one out. It's really that good in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Helps my videos out as always. Any questions, I'll be happy to answer down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.